Yo, woohoo, mamma mia, you guys, you're number one. Oh yeah, number one. Ho ho. Wait to say it, bro.
All right, partner. You know what time it is.
Let's go, Payday! Payday!
Hello, welcome to another edition of the Game Fix podcast. I am Spanish.
And I am Verlaine. Make sure to check out our website, gamefix.ning.com, and our live stream, like this one, twitch.tv/gamefix.
Of course, and follow us on social medias. All you need to do is search for @GameFix Show. We try to keep it as easy as possible so you can find it. Yay. And there is a lot going on that we have to get into. I'm actually kind of excited about this week. There's a lot of Nintendo news that we need to get to.
When isn't there?
What's that?
When isn't there?
Oh, that's true. Yeah, it always seems to be just kind of like happen, and we're just like, oh, here they are again. And this is no exception. I think this is definitely one that we're like, okay, we need to talk about this. Also, can games catch on fire? You know,
NBA Jam did.
NBA Jam did. It's true. You're on fire. Also, we got some movie news, of course. And did Mario retire? That's what we want to get into.
Yeah,
I think we're a little confused about what's happening and what just pretty recently happened with Nintendo, and I think we need to get into that. It is a little bit of a head scratcher, I think, something like that. But we'll get into all of that. But let's start out. Verlaine, why don't you start us off? What have you been playing this week?
Briefly, I tried Friday the 13th again. I mean, I tried it like last week or right after they updated it, just to see how smooth it was, and it was cool. And I wanted to play it again today, and I get into one game. I'm Jason, so I'm like lost. I don't even remember how to play Jason. And then when I get to be able to like grab and kill someone, my controls stop working. I can walk, but I couldn't run. I couldn't grab. I couldn't hack. So I was lagging out. Done with that game. Started another one. I'm getting put into rooms really fast, but same thing. The game starts like 2 seconds later. Done, lagged out. So then I just quit playing. If they can't figure that out, I'm telling you, Friday the 13th, it's a love-hate thing, man. I mean, the game is technically still in its kind of preview stages. So it's not even official release.
It's already out.
Right. And then, of course, I've been playing Overwatch. Competitive Season 6 started, and we discussed how it was going to be different than the past two. The past two, remember, we aced placement, all wins, and got placed in bronze, right?
Yeah.
This time, I lost 5 and won 5 and got placed in gold.
Wow.
I was one match less than my career high is where I placed.
Jeez.
So I won a match after that, and I hit my career high. So they've definitely done something with it. I'm interested to see what happens when you finish your placement.
Yeah.
I think Link placed in silver.
I've been playing other games.
Yeah, you do that.
I do that.
But
I do. I like to play a lot of games, man.
That's pretty much it. I've also been tinkering with the controls. I don't know. What about you, man?
I've definitely been playing some Overwatch. You know, we've obviously got into a lot of that over the week, and I like we said, but I haven't finished my competitive matches yet. But I'll get there. Don't worry. Actually, and lucky for you, it's actually probably better for you to actually play my matches with me because there's a better chance for you to win.
Mm-hmm. You're right.
At least what I've noticed, when it comes to like playing competitive matches with somebody that hasn't really gotten through all their competitive matches. If you already have, you're kind of like already placed, you're kind of already where you need to be, but the difficulty level will go down a little bit because I haven't been placed yet.
Right. And we're going to be playing a lot of unplaced.
Yeah.
Which really doesn't, I was looking at it as like I win more when it's just me and you.
Well, that's true.
I was with Link and we were winning a lot too. So imagine all three of us competitive. Fuck.
No, yeah, no. But I've been playing a lot. I still love Overwatch. You still love it. It's still it's so good.
Yeah.
There is another game that I actually picked up, and there's a reason why I picked it up because I wanted to play through the campaign. It's actually the first official campaign. I got Madden 18. I know Verlaine's not the biggest. He's not the biggest sports player. I mean, you do like to play sports games, but when it comes to any, you just don't like to play the same game over and over and over again, and I get that.
Right.
I get that. But in this case, I wanted to play the actual storyline because this is the first time this ever happened. Which in this case, it's called Long Shot. I'm trying not to give too much away because it's a pretty good story. I'll go on a limb and say that. Like if you do like watching any type of show like Friday Night Lights or something like that, it's kind of like that feel good. The kid's down and then he kind of gets back up. It's good. Unfortunately, Verlaine, I'm sorry to say, and if you notice, when we played, I think last night too, I didn't explain to you anything about the game because I wanted to keep it from you. I told Link all about it, but I wanted to kind of save it for the show and kind of get your reaction to it.
All right.
So, I don't know what I expected. I guess I expected something where there would be a lot of gameplay in it and it would be fun. It is fun. I was saying that it is fun. Although it is pretty much, I think this game, at least the storyline, Verlaine, is something that you would absolutely hate.
Is it like a been there, done that kind of like forced into the game, or
it's like Telltale? Or Telltale.
Oh, like a Telltale game.
Yeah, it's like choose your own adventure.
Oh.
Now, here's the deal. The end all, the very last scene that you want to get to is the scene where he's sitting in front of the TV to hopefully get drafted. That's like your goal. Your goal is to get drafted. That's what you're doing. So throughout the game, you're doing all these tasks, and whether it is like memorization skills. I know. Stay with me.
But okay.
What's that?
You have to be doing this, right? You have to memorize stuff.
More or less. Like what he'll do is he'll recite a play, okay, and the play is like 5 different parts or so, and he'll say like strong I left, X out, Y up, Z go, or something like that, and then you have to say it back to him. It gives you multiple choice. You have 3 answers. And you have to recite the play back to him because when you're in the huddle, you have to recite the play after he tells it to you.
Right.
So he's just checking where you. Well, I didn't expect this. So like my mind wasn't in the mode of okay, I need to think and I need to really like remember what happened. And it got to the point where I was like frustrated because like I didn't really want to like do all that.
Yeah.
And then it was so frustrating because I would get it wrong, and the coach that was like, working with me would just be like he'd shake his head, and then it showed like my draft stock just go down like a red arrow. And I'm just like, what? All right, I don't know what that means. Like I wasn't really sure of what was going to happen, and apparently I did a lot worse than I thought I did. So when it came down to it, I got to the draft. Mind you, the campaign is roughly 4 hours.
Is
4 to 5
the
hours.
draft the end? So you played through the whole campaign.
I played through the whole campaign.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Yeah, like I said, it's roughly 4 or 5 hours. It took me 2 sittings to get through it. Not too bad. Okay. I mean, the game is you play football. I get that. Like that's what you play. But there was other like challenges. You do 7-on-7. Verlaine, you saw that video I posted.
Yeah.
It was kind of a glitch.
Yeah.
Well, hashtag embrace the glitch. But yeah, but that was during like I went to the army to kind of like show that I was a good guy, and it's really what it was. I mean, the character that I play, his name's Devin Wade, and he is a pretty good guy. But like a lot of people doubt him because he's kind of a quitter. Like he was the head quarterback at Texas for like 4 games, and then he quit after those games because he was pretty bad. So, but a lot of people don't have a lot of you have to prove people is really what the whole thing's about. Well, it got to the point where I'm trying to get my player drafted, and it turned out that I didn't get drafted.
So you lost.
I was like, "What? Are you kidding me?" I like I said, I don't want to give too much away, but it was kind of a happy ending. The whole about half the campaign, I'm working with Dan Marino, legendary quarterback from the Dolphins, right?
Yeah.
So he's trying to like help me out, and but then it gets to the point where I don't get drafted, and I'm like, pretty much that's it. That there's nothing left. And then I get at the end, I'm just, this is a spoiler. It'll be like 30 seconds. So if you want, just hit fast forward real quick if you don't want to know. But Marino calls me after the draft is over to tell me that he's been in talks with the Browns, which was my favorite team, and that's what I picked, and Cincinnati. What they want is they want me to be a walk-on, pretty much. So I didn't get drafted, but I still get a chance to prove myself in the NFL.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Well, do you think this is how it will always end? Like maybe you don't, or do you think if you get drafted, you could actually take that guy into your
No, I think it kind of stops right there. But there is an ending where you do get drafted. There is an end. I promise you that.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah. It's the gameplay is fine. It feels like Madden. I'm happy with Madden. Whatever. It's also one of those games that I don't need to play that often.
Yeah.
To kind of get it. It just started football season. You know me. I like a good football game every once in a while. And that's really what it comes down to. Every once in a while. And I'll probably play it for another week, and then we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll let Link borrow it.
Yeah. I don't know. Do you think that they'll put more campaigns in the future?
Well,
Do you think they'll try it with other
a
sports?
thing at the very end where it showed the credits, but it also showed like where they are now, type, when they show the characters.
Mm-hmm.
And the one coach that was like kind of like the head of it all, it said they signed on for season 2 of this long shot because it's like a TV show. It's like a reality show. Is really what I'm on.
In the game. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
And I'm just trying to make it. Is pretty much all it is. And apparently it said there will be a season 2. So I would imagine in the next game there will be another long shot. It'll just be a totally different character. The cool part about this is I actually I went online. I went on Twitter and I looked up a couple of ways how they make this game, because all the characters in the game are actually real people.
They exist.
Yeah. And so they all have the cameras on their face with the light shining in their face, and they all have like little the black marks all over their face,
like the mocap and stuff.
Yeah, yeah. And but it was kind of cool because you were watching like Dan Marino and mocap, so I thought it was kind of cool.
Wow, Madden 18.
What's that?
I said Madden 18.
Yeah, Madden 18.
Madden 18.
Play City of Fools. Okay, I guess we will.
What City of
Thank
Fools?
You.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and hey, Sean.
Idiotic. Yeah.
You guys in the chat
How's that,
room.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. So, that's about what I've been playing. It's good. I'm glad. I'm happy with it. And I'll like I said, I'll probably play a little bit more, but I'll probably go back to Overwatch. You know me.
Yeah.
You know how we do it. So, all right. Well, let's get into something kind of fun. There was something that was put out there last week. They released this game. It's actually a new but old game. You know that? You know that.
Oh, yeah, I know that.
You know that? Of course you know that. Street Fighter 2 is actually it is re-released as a cartridge, but it's a red cartridge and collector's edition cartridge that you could buy it for $100. Okay. Verlaine, you did an article on our website, gamefix.ning.com. Why don't you take it and tell them the update as far as this cart goes?
All right, so you have this cart, and mind you, this isn't at all. Nintendo had nothing to do with this. Okay, Yep. So Nintendo is out of this equation. It's Capcom and then IM 8-Bit, who is the retro company that republished this game. It's the exact game from what it was released a million years ago. But as Dave said, there's a red cartridge, and randomly placed would be a glow-in-the-dark cartridge, which represents Blanca. So when you order it randomly, you might get that one. There's only a certain number total. They're $100. Look, I would pay $100 for a brand new unopened box Street Fighter II original for the Super Nintendo than I would for this collector's item. Because just because you make something in limited quantity doesn't make it worth anything. It doesn't make it worth $100. Look at the Ouya. That wasn't worth $100. It didn't go up in value. But so it turns out that they put in on their website when you buy the game, they put in this warning. It pretty much states, hey, there's a chance that this game will overheat and catch on fire if you
want me to
play
read it? You want me to actually read the warning?
Yeah, read it.
It says, warning, use of this reproduction game or cartridge, in parentheses, the product, on the SNES gaming hardware may cause the SNES console to overheat or catch fire. The SNES hardware is deemed a vintage collectible, so please exercise extreme caution when using the product and make sure there is a fire extinguishment nearby. Use of the product is at the sole risk of the user. The product is sold as is. Neither IM 8-Bit Incorporated nor Capcom Company Limited may make any representation or warranty express or implied of any kind, including any warranty or blah 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 blah. Pretty much don't use it.
Yeah, they say, hey, this cartridge works in the Super Nintendo, but the Super Nintendo doesn't work with the cartridge, maybe. I'm thinking look, it wasn't as simple as just reissuing this game, so they must have added just a little bit of stuff, like maybe IM 8-Bit, like an animated logo in the beginning. And just adding stuff to that cartridge could cause, theoretically, the Super Nintendo to overheat because it'll be processing more.
Right.
That's the only thing I can think of, because otherwise every Super Nintendo cartridge would say, hey, warning, might overheat.
This might catch on fire.
But it might not. Maybe they're just taking precautions, knowing that most Super Nintendos out there, official ones, are old.
Right.
You know? So no matter what, even if you played a normal game, it might overheat.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, the shadiest part is that people are getting mad because it was put underneath. So you can go to the product page, see all the details, see the price, see all this stuff, order it, and you have to like make a couple full, like 2 or 3 scrolls down to see the warning. And then by that time,
gotta always read the small print.
But really, who's buying it to play it?
No, well, people are though.
Just don't.
Yeah, IM 8-Bit responded to the customers via Twitter with this message. They said, "We're only selling a cartridge. We can't be responsible for the state of the hardware it is being played on."
Yeah.
There you go.
So unless your Super Nintendo is brand new out of the box, don't try it. Maybe.
I mean, I would probably try it out on my 3-in-1 system that I have.
Right.
It'd probably be fine, right?
Yeah, but why pay $100 to open it and play it?
And then it catches on fire.
Yeah, you could buy the game probably real cheap.
That's probably true. Yeah, you're probably right. Fair enough. That's I can't argue that. So let's stick with the Nintendo. How about that?
All right.
There is something that's actually been happening since 2013. There is a company called iLife. They have been suing Nintendo and their Wii since then. And they are actually suing them for $144 million for patent infringement, apparently. Right. So this patent infringement, I guess, is when it comes to the movement of the person, I guess.
Motion controls.
The actual motion controls. Apparently, they said they had this. This is as far as it. They own this and they want to get money. Well, apparently this past week, there's a jury that actually ruled in favor of iLife, but for not the whole amount of, actually it's $144 million. they are only getting 10.1 million, which was less than 10% of what they were asking for in the first place. So they got a little bit, but it's not exactly what they're looking for. This is crazy. I don't.
Well, we mentioned it a couple weeks ago when Link filled in for you, and it was a brief mention because this stuff happens all the time. So it was more like, hey, someone's suing Nintendo for infringement. Who gives a shit? Nothing's going to come out of it. And then this happens, which even though it's small and it's a percentage, and Nintendo will, whatever the word is called, bring it back to court and not countersue, but, you know, they'll do something to further the process and do it again, have a retrial or some shit. This, I think it's because out of all the things...
Excuse me, sorry.
What'd you say?
They will appeal.
Yeah, they'll appeal. So out of all the technologies that amounted to the 144 million, I think there was only one that they could really prove because, like, you know, like... whatever the technology in the controller is, it does a bunch of stuff. So they were trying to get it for, like, you know, detecting, this is just me examples because I don't know the real things, but like heart rate, the speed of your hand, your blinking rate, and then falling down and what happens. And out of all those, one of them was proven, like the falling down one was proven that, hey, you did infringe. Because one thing I will say about Nintendo that they did get right was motion controls. Like,
yeah, they did.
Their motion controls are pretty fucking spot on. And because of that, it can make them a target because it's pretty easy to determine like the movement and accuracy of a Wii controller compared to a PlayStation Move compared to a Kinect. When you're using the Kinect and the Move, they almost act the same. You know, it's still not accurate and it's kind of like flickery, but Nintendo's is dead fucking on. And especially I hear with the Switch, it's like that's one thing that they got. Again, I'm not surprised for some reason that Nintendo would do this, that they would take somebody's thing, slap their name on it and call it theirs.
Who's gonna
they probably will win the appeal or something, though.
Yeah, I'm guessing there still will be a little bit of money they're gonna have to pay out, but I mean, $10 million is not like a hiccup.
Yeah,
and you know what I mean. I don't really see them, you know, losing a bunch of money after this.
Right.
I don't think it's really that big a deal to Nintendo. Obviously, they do need to pay attention to it because it could be worse than they think. Because I'm sure he could come back some way. This iLife could come back some way and get more money. But until then, at this point, it's about 10 million, 10.1.
Yeah, I mean, it's free money, and we'll see what happens. I've been trying to dig up. Before the Switch was released, I don't know if we showed a picture, but we talked about it, how there were these rumors and like a web page of the Nintendo Switch, but it belonged to another company, and you couldn't purchase it through this website, and shortly after, it was yanked off. And it was the Nintendo Switch. And people would say, hey, Nintendo didn't develop this. They bought it. It was like an indie company made this thing, and instead of putting it on Kickstarter, Nintendo bought it right away.
Yeah.
Nintendo, we can stay on because now they're pissing people off a little bit more. Turns out that a bunch of future games, I think starting with NBA 2K18, I want to say, they're going to require you to have an SD card to play the full experience, which is bullshit. So they have this cart system that everybody was like so glad they came out with because it cancels, supposedly it like limits load times, all the digital crap that you're supposed to be, you know, like it's almost like we think of a cartridge, we think of a completely finished game. You put it in and you play it. You don't need internet. You don't need to download updates. You just do it. You got to download updates. But now that you have this SD card coming, it's why even have the carts? Because you put this game in out of the box, you're going to be able to play like a one-on-one match and maybe a couple levels. But until you put an SD card, you're not going to be able to unlock the game, play online, any of that stuff.
Yeah, it's really going to hinder your gameplay because of that. I think this is something obviously in Nintendo's style. I think is the best way to put it on our show. In Nintendo's style, they bring something out, and I think they just assume people will be fine with it. And that's what I always look at it. It's always like Nintendo will be like, you know what?
They'll deal with it.
They'll deal with it. Yeah,
and
they'll be fine buying an SD card on top of what they already bought. Mind you, I don't know, how big does the SD card need to be? Is that even a thing?
No, you can. I guess as big as it can be. You decide. They say you decide how much you want the SD card to be. Obviously.
Yeah.
This just is kind of retarded. Look, Nintendo fanboys, I think they're or girls fans, they're more dedicated than PlayStation and Xbox people, because their system sucks. They're like, Nintendo is not good. It's not a real gaming system, and if you're gonna really stick with Nintendo, you're gonna do it to death because you know nothing other than that.
Yes.
But I'm gonna tell you, this is only the beginning. The thing hasn't even been out a year, and now the games are so big that they have to require an SD card. Dude, like, you just screwed yourself, because you're gonna get, just to get the good games, you're gonna need a lot of extra memory. 32 gigs, everybody's like, oh, that's so awesome. Nintendo Switch, 32 gig built-in memory. Dude, every AAA title is almost that much just for one game.
Oh, yeah, by far.
So what are you going to buy, like a terabyte SD card? I don't even think they make those.
You're going to have to.
Yeah. So that's kind of a bummer. There's something else going on, too. Did you see the video for Skyrim on Switch?
No, tell me about the video on Skyrim.
It's fucking.
I really don't know.
Look, to me, it looked like the 360 version. Like the graphics were almost like the 360.
Oh, yes.
So they're not at all like grand. The thing is I've realized after seeing all the people flocking to this video and how excited they are about Skyrim, a game that's 7 years old. That's all Nintendo Switch is now. It's not, hey man, they're coming out with this huge awesome game, or hey, I can't wait to get Overwatch 2 on Switch. No, if it's a new game, the only thing Nintendo people can say is, I wonder if it'll be on the Switch. We don't. A new game can come out, not say any PC, PlayStation, or Xbox logo, and we know we're going to get it. They have to say, are we going to get this game? But here's the kicker. They've already given up on that question because they know they're not going to get the good games. So now it's like, are we going to even be able to get the old good games? Because that's all it is now. It's always like, gee, I hope Fallout 4 works. I hope Skyrim comes. I hope this game, because they know that they can't say things like, I hope Battlefront comes to Switch. I hope Battlefield comes to Switch. Call of Duty. No, it's not going to happen. The only hope you have is getting 5 years old or older games on the Switch. Your closest taste of a AAA title is going to be already 5 years old.
Like Street Fighter 2.
Street Fighter 2. You know, every new update in the Nintendo store is just an old game available to purchase for the 5th time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bummer.
But
hey,
okay,
well,
there's something surfaced actually today. I think we can leave Nintendo on this note just because it was kind of funny. I don't know what Nintendo's trying to pull here. Well, apparently there was the official profile of Mario on Nintendo's Japanese site posted a picture of Mario just standing there like Mario. And with this message under there, obviously in Japanese. But are you ready for this? What it's translated out to be?
Oh, I'm ready. I was born 3 weeks early.
Well, yeah, you were. This is weird. Okay. It says all around sporty. So I guess this is describing Mario.
Yes. All
around sporty, whether it's tennis or baseball, soccer or car racing, Mario does everything cool. I'm going to keep reading it like that. Okay. Right. As a matter of fact, he also seems to have worked as a plumber a long time ago. Whoa, wait a minute. Okay, so apparently Mario is a retired plumber. I always
Yes.
thought that he just was a fucking plumber.
Hence the pipes in every goddamn game.
Okay, all right. So okay, so this is the focus group. This is what I'm imagining. Obviously, it's in Japanese, but just bear with me. They're like, all right, guys, this is what we got to do. The job of a plumber is not very celebrity. Okay, we need something else. Let's just say he was a retired plumber. Oh, okay. Like, dude, I don't
He's
know.
a jack
man.
of all trades. Well, he was in some of the ads for Mario Brothers.
Yeah.
They were carpenters or engineers. I don't remember. So in Mario Bros, they weren't even plumbers, but then I don't know. And then they became plumbers. And now he's into sports just because he's in a game. So how's this? Let's think of another thing we can do. Anybody else do cameos in sports? I don't know. I guess not.
Yeah.
Nintendo is addicted. Nintendo now has this thing where it's like, okay, we can't really get the real gamers, and I am totally digging on you, Nintendo people. We can't get the real gamers to pay attention to us because our games were made by children. So what we seem to have got is that if we rehash old shit, change it so that the people that grew up with it now no longer know these characters, that'll get us publicity. For example, Link's last name. Why would they do that? Why would they need to give that information? But they did. All right, Link. Okay, whatever. Right. So then everybody flips their shit, and they're like, okay, that's cool. Let's do some other stuff. Let's like say this person is from here, or this is actually this way, and they've done it with Mario. Mario, everybody knows he's a plumber. Even in the goddamn cartoons that ran for however many years, know he's a plumber. But let's make him not know.
Now he's
not a plumber. He hasn't been a plumber since he hopped into a race car. Now he's a race car driver.
Okay, all right, that's fair.
I don't know. He's a party animal too. He parties. But wait, he's in that Rabbids
that's
game with
Michelangelo.
guns.
He's a party dude.
No, he's because of Mario Party. And then now when he's in Rabbids, this Mario Rabbids crossover, he has a gun. So is he a soldier now?
Yes, of course he. Well, he's always that. I feel like he's
soldier.
Always.
No, what Mario is just some reusable skin to just put over a wireframe character in a game.
Yeah.
I think putting him in all these games, all these styles of games have destroyed who he is. Because who is he now? You know, when they said, hey, you can use Mario to make this weird game on one condition, he cannot jump. Like jumping, we do not want him to attack people by jumping. And they're like, well, guess we have to give him a gun.
Yeah.
Because there's no other way to kill anyone. You either shoot them or jump on them.
Yeah.
And I guess it's easier to shoot someone than to stomp them to death.
Yeah. Actually, it probably is.
All right.
And they're just like, pew, pew. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, let's get into something that I know, Verlaine, you're very passionate about, because we always talk about when people beat us in Overwatch. We're like, well, that guy obviously has keyboard and mouse.
Keyboard and mouse. I mean, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, keyboard and mouse guy. Oh,
probably
this
dude,
keyboard and mouse piece of shit.
Some paraplegic playing with like his face.
Yeah,
and we're like, keyboard and mouse. Fuck that guy.
Yeah, he's a keyboard and mouse. Well, according to the good people at Xbox, apparently keyboard and mouse support is definitely coming, as opposed from last year when they let's see, it was it was Major Nelson, that's who said it. He said that it was coming out like in a couple of months, but that was like a year ago. So this is kind of where we're at.
Nice.
Verlaine, you're not happy with this. I know you're not, and I want to hear what you said or what you mean.
Well, the twist on this is that their whole safety measure is giving the people the option. So, like, in Rocket League, the first game to have cross-play between PC and Xbox. Obviously, if you're playing on PC, you're using a keyboard and mouse.
Yeah.
80% of the time. You have an option not to be placed in PC player matches.
Mhm.
That's what they're going to do. They're thinking that, okay, we're going to let people use a keyboard and mouse, but in the game, they're going to have an option to be matched with those people or not. That's not going to help anything, because if I'm using a keyboard and mouse and I have the option to play with people that don't, I'm going to play with people that, well, not me, the people that are trying to get good and cheat and all that. A majority of like Overwatch people are going to pick keyboard and mouse, and then I'm going to fight people controller so I could rank up, you know? And even if they don't give you that option, the fact is people are already playing with a keyboard and mouse with adapters. So that rule is going to be irrelevant because they're going to be able to do it anyways. What they got to do is, instead of letting people play with a keyboard and mouse and making me just say, hey, why don't I just go to PC if that's how it's going to be, they should find a way to just detect when some third-party illegal program is put into their goddamn console. How hard is it?
Yeah.
I can't plug in like a normal, USB. And yeah, there's people out there that just dedicate their lives getting paid nothing to reverse engineer this shit and get things to work on it through the USB. But have people to counter those people that are upgrading whatever kind of programs in the system that can detect hardware.
Yeah.
And they don't do that.
I don't know.
And that's
I feel like it would be easy to do, wouldn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Like, okay, this Xbox
or
has
put
something
like
illegal
something
on
where
it.
you can't move something that quickly.
Right. If they detect
Like, slow it
that
down.
your hand is moving faster than a controller could, you're using a keyboard, and you should probably not be playing.
Well,
against
just
controller.
that, I think it would be a smart idea to actually have it so no matter what, the cursor where you're aiming only goes as fast as a with the controller, only goes as fast as the actual joystick on the controller.
Right.
So no matter, even if you do have a mouse, it still can only go that speed. I wish they would just do that.
Yeah,
That would
that's
actually
annoying as
that would
shit, though.
solve it all, I feel like.
I think they should just not allow keyboard and mouse. In fact, this whole adapter could have been opened when they updated the Xbox years ago and allowed, like, I could plug in a keyboard into my system right now and a mouse. Oh, I don't know if a mouse will work. Keyboard definitely works, and I could type on the internet. I could, if I'm in Twitch or Mixer or anything, like, instantly just type in the chat. Can't use it for games. But that's just them teasing everyone. Like, hey, look what you could do now. So then everybody's like, oh, shit, there's got to be a way to make it do more and make it, like, acknowledged by other apps and games.
Right.
I hope they do something, but I don't know why they're so focused on keyboard and mouse. Like, why are they trying to make the Xbox like a PC? Because, like, I understand that PCs are better and all this stuff, but look, consoles are for video games. Like, consoles are made for video games, and console video games are better.
Well, I don't even go there. I can't even say they're better because I don't care what's better. I enjoy playing on a console. I enjoy playing on a PC. Most of my friends have consoles, so guess what? I play on console mostly.
Right.
I don't have a love either way. But if I were to ask, what do you rather game on? It would probably be my console because sitting on my couch is a lot more comfortable than sitting on my desk chair. That's all.
Right.
I think really all it is. It's not that deep when it comes to me.
Oh, when it comes to me, it is, because I'm sick and tired of having to buy games and then finding out that they don't work on my computer without upgrading everything. I'm tired of buying a game. Dude, I've bought a computer once so the specs matched the game I wanted to play. And maybe 5-6 months later, I couldn't play the game at the same settings anymore. And it just drives me fucking nuts. If I uninstall a game and install it again, it's a whole fucking problem. That's the issue. I mean, look, I do play some PC games. I'm not trying to start shit. I don't care if I do start shit, but I've done both. The Master Race, like, listen, most of your time on your PC is fixing your fucking PC so it plays the game you want to play.
Yeah.
If not, you could dump $3,000. And guess what? If they made a console that had the power of a $3,000 computer and offered it, there's console players that'll pay $3,000 because we can buy a game and it's guaranteed to fucking work all the time.
All the time.
Most of the time. If it doesn't, it's not our fault.
Yeah, but why is that so hard to get? I don't know.
But, and I only said that because there's a lot of games that should be on PC that aren't. It's like the devs don't want to have to worry about that. You got cheaters up the fucking ass. You will always have cheaters, you know? And mind you, this is the first generation console that hasn't been hacked. PS4 or Xbox One. You know? So, I don't know. I like PC. I play Heroes of the Storm.
Oh yeah, Heroes of the Storm is fun. That's
Left 4 Dead.
Left 4 Dead. You played Left 4 Dead on PC? Okay.
That's where I started, dude. Because I didn't have an Xbox. I had a PS2, and it was on Xbox and PC. Bought it on PC.
That's right.
Orcs Must Die, Dino D-Day.
Oh yeah, Dino D-Day was fun.
Pirates,
These
Vikings,
are all
and
fun
Knights.
games. See, it's fine. Like I'm good with either, but I just rather it's so much easier, at least for me, to just play on the console. So I don't know, and I have just as much pleasure, so I'm fine with it.
And notice those games that I mentioned are all years and years old, and the reason I play them is I know that I can play them on the computer I have now and not have to worry about anything.
That's fair
because they're old, like Nintendo.
That's completely fair.
Oh, I had this real quick thing. When Nintendo came out, they were making games like cheap versions of arcade games because the arcades were there and people wanted to bring them home, so they made, downgraded. You're aware they're still doing that.
Yeah.
They're doing that now, but with consoles. Like they're taking the Xbox One games, they're just dumbing them down. But now it doesn't make sense. Now they're becoming the China of video games. Go on.
Okay. All right. Well, we were talking about consoles. Let's keep talking about consoles. There is it's a new month, so there's a new lineup of free games, and I'm pretty excited. Well, I'm actually excited about the people that actually have the PlayStation 4 for this lineup. I'll go first. I'll go PlayStation. You want to take Xbox? Xbox?
Oh, okay. I don't remember. Oh, I know the ones that are now for Xbox.
Yeah.
But go.
I have them too, so we'll just talk about it. Well, I'll just mention them all then. Here we go. The lineup for PlayStation 4. The first one that I actually. When I got the PlayStation 4, it was actually the game came out with it, day one release, whatever, and the game's called Infamous Second Son. So this game is actually very cool. This is another game that I got a platinum trophy in. I played the shit out of this game, and it is free if you are a PlayStation Plus member. Which, if you are not, I have no idea what you're doing. Why you're doing that? Infamous Second Son. If you haven't gotten a chance to play it, now is your chance. And let me tell you, I don't think you're going to be disappointed. I think you're really going, if you like any type of game, like a Batman game or like the Spider-Man game or like anything like that, this is definitely a game that you can get into, really get into, and really play a lot of it. Just the powers are a lot of fun to use. If you played any of the old Infamous games, this is definitely a great sequel to the other two. So yes, that also Strike Vector X, and it's kind of like you're in a ship and you're flying around and you're shooting. It looks like dogfighting. It looks pretty fun. PlayStation 3, yes, they are still giving free games away for PS3. One is Handball 2016. It's handball. I guess people like to play that on the video game.
All right.
Truck Racer PS3. Even PS Vita, they have We Are Doomed and Hatoful Boyfriend. I'm guessing that's like a Japanese game, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Hatoful Boyfriend. Whatever. And then on top of that, something that they haven't really done, but if you are a PSVR owner, they are giving away it's called RIGS, RIGS, first-person arena-based shooter. And it'll be free between September 5th, which is tomorrow, through November 7th. So kind of cool. If you do a PlayStation VR and you're only rocking one game, now's your chance to play another game. So that's cool. Yeah. So that's pretty exciting. You want me to keep going with the Xbox games?
Well, I know the first, well, I'll remember them, but the first one, we have Forza 5, which
Yes. Yep.
was a launch game, I believe, if not shortly after.
Pretty sure. Yeah, if not shortly after.
Now, here's the thing. You can get Forza 5 free, and this weekend they just had a Forza 6, free play weekend, and then Forza 7's about to come out. Why didn't they just give us Forza 6?
I don't know.
But honestly, they're all the same to me. I only bought Forza because there was nothing else to buy, and I wanted a new game.
That's fair.
Because we were going to stream it. Remember, I bought it, and then it took so long to download. We can only play like one race at a time.
Yeah.
And then Hydro Thunder.
It will be available September 1st through the 30th. So the whole month that'll be.
That's
available.
the whole month. All right. So from now until the 16th is Hydro Thunder for the Xbox 360. It's fun. It's Hydro Thunder, boat racing, arcade style game. I had fun playing it. And then the other two I don't remember.
The other two, September 16th through the 5th through October 15th, will be Oxen Free. I'm not really sure what it is, but I'm definitely going to give it a go. I know it looks just weird. I'm just going to throw it out there. It's scroll. It's a scroll base, so it's left to right. It looks like you're this little girl. We'll see. Also, there is. Which will be available September 16th through the 30th. So just those 15 days. It will be available for the Xbox 360, Battlefield 3.
That's why I didn't remember, because I already have Battlefield 3.
Yes.
EA Access, baby.
Yep, if you have EA Access, you already have it. But in this case, if you don't, like me, you can get it. That's fun. Yay.
Yeah, get it. We'll play.
Yeah, we'll play. Totally. So that's the free games of September. Play well, play happy. That's all we ask. Just play happy.
I don't play happy.
Do you have any more video game news you want to get into? I got some movie news.
Yes. So our boys over at Atari are coming out with yet another system. I call them systems because I was raised with video games and they were called systems. Atari is releasing a retro handheld system, and it actually seems pretty sweet. There's a picture of it right there. You can't see it. Well, maybe you can. It is going to come with 50 games, and unlike the other kind of things that you'll get, the other kind of retro systems, that's the back of the Atari. These aren't like generic no-name games that you've never heard of. I don't even want to name all of them, but if you think of a game besides like a movie-based game like E.T., Indiana Jones.
Give us a list of some ones that stick out to you.
Adventure.
Okay.
Crystal Castles, Centipede, Haunted House, Missile Command, Miniature Golf, Real Sports, football, tennis, and volleyball. Super Baseball, Yar's Revenge, Sword Quest games, Tempest, Checkers Chess Pinball.
Asteroids, Pong,
Asteroids, yes. Golf, Home Run, Maze Craze, Millipede.
Wow,
Circus
this is really good.
All of their games.
I actually might get this.
It's like all of their first. Oh shit, that's been up too long. All of their first-party games, pretty much, are on this system, and it looks sweet. It's not just the controller that plugs into the TV, but this can plug into your TV, so you can use the screen. The only downfall is that it takes AAA batteries, which I showed you the back of the screen on the stream.
Yeah.
Which could, I imagine, only be a problem if you are using your TV as a display.
Yeah, okay. I know what you're saying.
But other than that, it looks sweet. It's not generic. It's Atari. They're totally relevant, and they're totally getting us prepped for what's about to happen.
Yeah, I think this is a very good plan. It's really going to make the buzz come back for Atari because, of course, excuse me, there was the Atari box that was released a few months ago, and it's obviously brought up a lot of questions and what the hell is going on. Very cool that they actually had something that they can show, and it comes out soon. It will ship sometime in November.
Yes, they're not sure if it's hitting the U.S. It's for sure UK, but you could buy it from the website from America, have it shipped. yada da da da. It's the
Yada, da,
motherfucking ATRAY.
I love it, dude. I love it. I love it. I think this is something that we should all look forward to. If you are a gamer and you are a gamer at heart, this might be something that you should definitely take a look into.
Yes.
If the game's handheld, man, this is like road trip worthy. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. I'm about Atari, the underdog, the ones who
I like-
actually did make video games happen.
At one point,
Mhm.
maybe they will another point.
Until they stopped.
We hope so. We hope so. So,
All right.
okay, all right. Let's wrap up the show with a little bit of some movie news, real quick. We did kind of know what was happening, not really, with a certain actor by the name of Shia LaBeouf. He played a character who was named Mutt Williams in the Indiana Jones, The Crystal Skull.
I never saw that movie.
Yes, and it was just for sure. It was saying that he will not be in the next one. That is not surprising because of the tantrum he took on the internet. He pretty much bit Britney Spears did.
Yeah, he had a meltdown.
Yeah, and I'm not that sad about it, just because of the meltdown. But at the same time, in the actual movie, The Crystal Skull, the movie wasn't great. I don't know. It was okay. It was fine. It was an Indiana Jones movie. And I get it. But he really held his own. And I was actually excited to see maybe he would like kind of pass the torch to him, and there would be kind of a new series or something like that. But yeah, that's not going to happen. Nope. Gone.
Is there a new Indiana Jones movie?
That's what they're saying. Indiana Jones 5.
What?
So, they kind of already mentioned that it was going to happen anyway.
Harrison Ford has to be Indiana Jones.
Well, yeah, of course.
Why didn't they just make him have a son named Indiana Jones?
Well, that's his son is Mutt Williams.
Right, but why didn't they make his name Indiana? Because now if they have sequels and Harrison Ford dies, now it's going to be Mutt Williams. The Adventures of Mutt Williams. Like, come on.
Adventures of Mutt Williams. Well, they don't even
Mutt
say the
Williams.
Adventures of Indiana Jones, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Mutt Williams in the casket of faith.
No. Keep in mind, that's not his real name.
It's Shia LaBeouf.
Indiana is not his first name, so it doesn't mean you can't pass the name on to kind of like a 007 type.
Indiana Williams.
I don't know. That's all. Yeah. I don't know. I hope so. I think that'd be great.
Yeah.
Okay. And something actually we mentioned to each other when we got off the show last week. Do you remember what we talked about?
No.
It was something I found right when the show was over.
No.
You don't remember? Okay.
I don't remember.
So apparently they are in talks of making a new sequel to Creed.
Oh yeah. Haha.
Okay, now you remember. Okay.
Yeah.
And apparently in this sequel, not only will Sylvester Stallone be in it, of course, who's the kid that played Creed, which is awesome. He was so good.
I don't know. I never saw that
I
movie.
can't remember. Yeah. But so he's probably going to make another appearance as Apollo Creed's son. But apparently, who's been in training for this movie is Dolph Lundgren. Apparently, he will be reprising his role as
The Russian.
the Russian from Rocky IV.
I don't know his name.
Ivan Drago.
Yes, Drago.
Dude, I'm super
He
excited
dies.
about this.
He
I really
dies.
want to see this happen.
Yeah, totally. And look, I skipped out on Creed, because I didn't really know how much of Rocky.
Dude, you should totally watch it. You'd love it.
But knowing now that this is going to happen, I mean, he is going to face the guy who killed his dad.
I mean, I don't know if that's who knows, dude. That might not be the case.
It has to be. If
It might
he is
not be
Ivan,
him fighting him. It might be him
I'm just
training
saying,
him. I
he's
don't
gonna
know,
face-
dude.
No, I'm saying he's going to face him. He's going to see the guy who killed his dad.
Yeah,
he's not going to fight him.
That is a big.
I bet Ivan is training somebody else to fight. And maybe Rocky
Maybe
will
his
fight
son.
Ivan.
Maybe his son.
2-on-2. First
2-on-2.
boxing match. 2-on-2 tag boxing.
Rocky already won. He doesn't have anything to prove to him.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll be exciting. Very
So,
exciting.
yeah, I can't wait to see a little bit of that. I think this is going to be something that's very cool. Now, let's go from very cool to what the hell are they doing? Apparently, Warner Brothers is in the talks of making a Joker origin story.
Yes.
You heard about this?
No, I only heard about the Joker Harley Quinn movie.
Okay, well, apparently they're in talks of making an origin story, and they are not including Jared Leto.
Of course, why would they?
Why would they?
Why would they? They
Instead,
forced him
they'll
into a
include-
movie.
Take a guess who you think they'll include
In the movie?
Yeah,
Include like
as the Joker.
oh dude, it could be anyone with them. They could pull out some retard and be like, hey, you're the Joker.
And at one point, he was the king of the world.
Leonardo DiCaprio. Nuh-uh.
So
Wow.
apparently, this standalone solo film of the Joker's origin story, they're in talks. This is not a for sure thing. This could be just a rumor. But I'm reading that they're in talks to actually make this movie with DiCaprio as the Joker. Your thoughts?
No. I don't know, dude. He doesn't seem right now to fit. His face is too round. Like he's
Yeah, you
his
need,
face,
you need the elongated face.
yeah,
is
you
what
need
you're
like a
saying?
long face. Like if you compare me and you, people watching, like you need like a longer face. Like I would be more of a Joker and you would be more of a Batman. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. That's fair.
Like, I
I'm
would see-
definitely a better hero than you.
I would see Leonardo DiCaprio. I would have been more accepting of him as Batman than the
Yeah.
Joker. I don't know what the hell they're thinking. You know what happened? They're like, oh my God, Deadpool was such a hit. Everyone shit their pants, and now they want to make movies of bad guys, not understanding what Deadpool really is.
Right. He's not
Deadpool
a
is
bad
an
guy. Wow.
anti-hero. He's not a villain. He has a heart and he does stuff and he's funny, but he'll just kill someone because he's psychotic. He's not
Yeah.
truly a bad guy. They're trying to make movies on bad guys. That doesn't A, send a good message. B,
Nope.
you cannot do this because they're going to try to do it without the good guys. Like, okay, you got a Joker movie. We discussed this before. If you're going to make a movie where the bad guy is the main character, the good guy has to be the final boss. The protagonist or the antagonist has to be a good guy. So, and it being a movie, is it going to end on a down note with Joker getting beat like every story with the Joker? He loses. So are they going to make him lose or are they going to have him win and kill a good guy? And then you have the issue of what kind of good guy they're going to bring into here to fight the Joker. And the fact that the whole movie's going to be him just slaughtering people, like
I don't know. See, it's his origin story, so I would
Right.
imagine he doesn't get to that point yet until he
Yeah.
breaks. I don't know.
I don't even know Joker's origin.
Um,
He fell into
it-
acid.
yeah, it was in a couple of comic books, and his father was abusive, and
Oh.
Yeah.
It was like, did you see the trailer
It's-
for?
it's in Red Hood. So if you ever watch Red Hood, you can see his origin story.
Oh.
I believe that's right.
Did you ever
Don't quote.
see? Oh, plus they fool with so many universes. This could just be nothing. Did you see the teaser for Venom?
No.
Dude, I don't even know what to think about it. It's not even anything. It's just him talking about things like Spider-Man and it gave you the idea that Venom got bit and this thing is in his blood. And I don't know. It was really weird, almost like they're spinning it off. I think they said they were going to spin it off kind of like a horror movie.
Oh, weird.
But again, he references the Spider-Man, but you can't put Spider-Man in a movie and consider it a horror movie ever.
I don't know. Can you?
You can't.
It all depends on how you write it, though, right?
Okay, I guess I can say it this way. The movie It. That only works with some people. Me, clowns don't scare me at all. So
Right,
putting
yeah.
a clown
That's
and making a horror movie doesn't affect me. Dolls doesn't affect me in a horror movie. And that's the same kind of feeling. Like if you can think about the scariest movie ever that you would even know, and have Spider-Man just swing through one scene, instantly it's just the whole wall or the whole vibe is just gone.
Gone. Yeah, because okay, I see what you're saying.
You know, it just doesn't work. I'm interested. They know. Hollywood knows, and God bless them for not just rebooting something else. But wow, man.
Yeah.
Like,
This will be interesting.
and
We'll see how this.
they forced
And Leto's not happy, dude. He's not happy.
Well, they forced him and the Joker into Suicide Squad. Didn't have to be in there at all. You could take out all the Joker scenes and you have the Suicide Squad still. And then people dug it, and they're like, wow, they like this Joker Harley Quinn thing so much. Let's make a movie, but not include the dude who fucking made that Joker
Yeah, right.
what people wanted to see.
Yeah.
It's DC, and their movie universe really is stupid.
It all depends on just who's writing it and who's directing it, and it's just like, I don't know.
They got to stop that, man. Like, put your foot down and be like, look, anyone can write and direct, but the characters stay the same. That's what makes a true sequel. Ask anybody. You can't make a sequel, replace the main character, and expect people to like it. That just kills the whole everything.
Yeah.
Except for Mortal Kombat. I still dug 2.
Except for Mortal
Even though the
Kombat.
rating
That's
was
a good
different.
point, actually. Except for Mortal Kombat. That's true.
Yeah.
But, yeah. All right. Well, yeah, that's all the movie news I had. You got anything else?
No. I've the pictures of Link.
Oh, yeah,
Naked.
pictures. Yeah, go ahead and post that real quick.
No.
No.
No, the Overwatch
So,
link.
Just so you know, this September 8th, which is a Friday, it is the first day of the Nashville Comic-Con from Wizard World Comic-Con. So if you are going to the Nashville Comic-Con, make sure if you we totally forgot about talking about Link.
You just heard that.
Yeah, you meant like the actual. Yes, of course. Okay, let's do that real quick. Well, here I'll just mention if you are going to Nashville, make sure you use the code GameFixShow, one word, and you'll get 10% off your admission ticket to Wizard World. Easy enough. Good to go.
Yes.
Okay,
And
real
do it.
quick, something that we wanted to get into, but we kind of skipped and kind of forgot about. There was a well, you explain it. There was art that was kind of put out there, right?
Yeah, somebody did some like a concept art of Link, from Zelda, and
Yes.
another guy did like a 3D rendering of it. And what they did was they pretty much put him in the style of Overwatch, which is the picture I just showed right there. Looks amazing. It
Yeah.
looks like an Overwatch kind of character. It's not going to happen. It means nothing. But I went ahead and was trying to think of some, moves that he would have that would fit Overwatch.
Yeah.
Did you think of anything?
I did. I was interested to hear what you had though. First.
Well, mine are on the website.
Yes. Well, go ahead. Well, that's
okay.
why you should say it.
All right. I say that he would be a melee character. I think, Reinhardt's swinging, but he'll have his sword.
I do agree with the melee character. Yes.
His primary attack would be slash. His secondary would be his shield. And now you could say Reinhardt, but he doesn't have the biotic laser stuff that comes out. It's just his shield. But what it does is it absorbs all fire. So if someone's shooting in the vicinity of me, their bullets are going to go into my shield up to a certain point where it can't hold it anymore, and then I start receiving damage. I say one of his abilities be a boomerang that would work like McCree's stun, but it would just hit everyone in sight, like just go around and then come right back to you, and everybody it hits is stunned. And then his second ability would be the shot from the sword, but you could only use it when it's cooled down, and then you have to have all your energy, all your health, full health.
Okay. All right. Well, this is what I came up with. So, he's definitely a melee. I did agree with you on that. I think his regular move is just the slash of the sword. Okay. His secondary move, I'm going to go and say that he actually has 2 different abilities on the second move. He could switch between the 2 because it's a bow and arrow.
Okay.
And the one bow and arrow is a it's just a regular bow and arrow, just a bow and arrow. And I think the other one it works like a bow and arrow, but it's also like Hanzo's like it searches for everyone. What's his ability where you shoot against the wall and you can see people behind the wall,
Like the sensor thing.
like the sensor. I think he would have a sensor on there. He's an elf, so I think he has to have somewhat of a bow and arrow ability.
Right.
Not a primary thing, but it's there to use. Obviously his the other one would be his shield. I don't know if it would absorb it. I'm on the other side. I think that it makes his shield as big as him. It's only his size.
But it does that extendy thing.
Yeah, like you can get behind it, of course, but it doesn't extend left and right. It just his.
So it's
size.
like a personal shield instead of like a personal healing. He'd be the
Right,
first character with just he defends himself.
Just like his own shield.
So he's still like a DPS then.
Right. Yeah. And then his ultimate ability, and I thought about this, and I was like, I think this would be kind of cool. I think that he would have a like a hurricane slash, where it's almost like what's the character in Street Fighter that spins?
Chun-Li spins.
No,
Ryu and Ken do the kick.
No, his whole
Zangief.
body spins and he puts his
Zangief.
arms out. The big guy.
Zangief, the wrestler.
Zangief. No, not Zangief.
Yeah, the wrestler.
No, not Zangief. The German with the hairy chest.
That's Zangief, and he's Russian.
Oh yeah.
Look,
Sorry.
pretty much
Sorry,
he
you're
would
right.
have.
I was thinking Sagat. No, that Sagat's the wrong one. Yeah.
Link. I mean,
yeah, Zangief.
Link would have.
But he would be able to spin like that, but he can also control it, so he could weave in and out.
Well, it'd be like Zelda 64. Remember, he had that attack. Like you could do the
That's
spin
kind of
attack.
what I went with.
My choice for his ult would be the whistle, the transport whistle, but it would transport every living member of your team to the point.
Oh, that's cool.
Like anywhere you are, you just do, and like everybody gets like teleported right to the point.
That I didn't even think about that. That's kind of cool.
Make it happen, Blizzard.
Here now. Yeah. So
I'm telling you, I bet if Overwatch does end up on the Switch, you're gonna see Link in it.
I think so. I think that'd be sweet. I think that would be a cool addition for it.
Yeah,
that would make me almost want to get a Switch to try.
Yeah, for sure. $300 character, but
yeah, that's pretty much what it would be. Okay, well that's all we really have here. One thing I do want to mention, when it comes to people's lives, we don't really go into too much serious stuff too much on the show. We like to have fun, but you guys noticed that there was a hurricane that happened south in Texas, in the Houston area, and it's actually very devastating. A lot of people died from it. A lot of people lost their family members, pets, and houses, and you name it. And if you want to, if you really feel up to it, it's awesome. Please donate money. Don't donate stuffed animals because it's stupid. Donate money. Just call 1-800-HELP-NOW. And you could donate to the Red Cross.
And no umbrellas because it's not raining there anymore.
Well, the people are still in need of getting their lives back on track. So, yeah. So that's right. A minimum donation of $10 if you're so hard inclined. So,
or go down there and help. If you have, actually, that's probably even better than donating money. So, but I just want to throw that out there. I just want to, but we do, that we don't want people to die for stupid reasons like a storm. So if anyone's gonna die, I'm gonna kill him.
You're gonna kill him.
Yeah.
Help out your fellow man. So okay, well that's the episode. Thank you for watching. I want to thank Verlaine for being on the show.
Thank you, and thanks Dave for being on the show.
Thanks. I appreciate it. Please follow us on social media at GameFix Show. You can find us anywhere on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. We're on YouTube, everywhere. You can find us at GameFix Show. And for that, please check out our website, gamefix.ning.com. Verlaine, you got anything else?
I'm out.
You're out? Okay, cool. So are we, and so is Brucey B.
Goodbye. Have a nice day.
Peace.
See ya.
I love ya.
Adios, turd nuggets.